So we also see in the Gospels a kind of honesty in the way they're writing. Ancient standards for good historiography required historians to be honest in the way they reported history. So we see honesty in the Gospels. We see, for example, in Mark chapter 14, 51-52, Mark also described his own shortcomings. We see in Mark chapter 6, 51-52, records the disciples' failure to understand Jesus' miraculous feeding of the 5,000. In Mark chapter 6, 51-52, again we see that the disciples are amazed that they'd not understood what the loaves were about, and their hearts were hardened. Dr. David Bauer, B-A-U-E-R, said many leaders are troubled by the fact that the disciples are presented as less than perfect and less than perfectly understanding in the Gospels. For one thing, it points to, if I may put it so, the reliability of the Gospel tradition that our evangelists were prepared actually to include things that made the earliest leaders of the church Luke, if not bad, or at least not so good. So in a sense, that's a testimony to the reliability of the accuracy of the Gospels. Another writer, Dr. Dan Doriani, D-O-R-I-A-N-I, says, let me suggest to you that the very tendency of the disciples to make themselves look bad in their own stories is one of the strongest arguments for the authenticity of the Gospels. See, if you read ancient accounts for the kings of Babylon and Assyria, or the emperors of Rome, they just go from victory to victory, triumph to triumph. Here are my glorious exploits. And so now, of course, we look back and say, well, what really happened? We look at the disciples and they are just these. You know, just think of this, what a fool would make up a religion in which their hero is crucified, which is proof of sedition and lawlessness to a Roman, and the Romans dominate, and a proof of being a curse to the Jews, and that's your primary audience. You would never make this up unless it happened.